Hello. Welcome back to Simply Math. Today, I'll show you how to complete the square using one simple formula. Here's our formula for today. I'll briefly show you how this formula works. For example, if you have x plus 2 square, this is on the left side. So in this case, we have a equal to x and b equals to 2. So when you expand it to this form, you have a square, which is x squared. It's an addition, so we have a plus. Then we have 2ab plus b squared, which is 2 squared. And then you're just going to solve it. And this is how it works for expanding the square of a binomial. But today I'll show you how to use this formula to complete the square. When you are asked to complete a square, usually it will give you an equation in this form, for example, and you're usually asked to convert it to this form. And this is because we can use this form right here to find the vertex of a quadratic function. And the vertex in this case would be hk. So let's do an example. When completing the square, we're only looking at the terms with the variable, and we're going to use this formula right here. So what we're having right now is the first two terms of the right hand side. In this case, you can see that our a is still x. Then the next term that we have is the 2ab term. And so 2ab is equals to 6x, which is our second term. And if you know that a is x, so 2x times b is 6x. So what is b? Well, you can either see that b would have to be a 3 when you multiply, or you can just divide 2x over, and you find that b is 3. Coming back right here, we have a squared, which is x squared, plus or minus, in this case it's a plus, 2x times 3, and then plus b squared. B squared in this case would be 3 squared, which is a 9. But remember, we need them to stay equal. So at the beginning, we have a 17. We only need 9. So we still have 8 left. A plus 9 is 17. So now we're just going to simplify it. And right now, we're knowing that this part right here is exactly what we have in our formula right here on the right hand side. So now we can simplify it into the left hand side, which is just a plus b square, and then we still have a plus 8 equals 0. So now we are on this side, and so in this case our vertex would be, you see the negative sign right here is mean the opposite or the negation of the number. So in this case it will be a negative 3, and k, which is 8. And that's how you complete the square. I'll show you another example where the leading coefficient is not just 1. So remember how earlier when we didn't have a 3, we just said that a is equal to x. One of the common mistakes is that, well, then in this case, a would just be 3x. However, this is not right, because if a was 3x, then a squared would have been 3 squared x squared, which is 9x squared. And so the easiest way to do this would be to factor out the coefficient. So if I factor out the 3, I have to factor it out every term. And so if I take 3 out of 3x squared, I would have x squared. If I take 3 out of 18x, I would have 6x. and then 11. So now you only need to treat the inside as the previous problem that we did. And so in this case, again, our A would be x, 2ab is 6x. So B would have to be 3. This is a random example, but it turns out to be really similar to the one we did last time. And so B is just a 3. Remember, the factor is still there. So now we have a square, which is x squared, plus 2ab plus b squared. B squared is 3. 3 squared is a 9. And remember, originally we have 11. So we have to add 2. So the first 3 terms of this is our right hand side. And we just need to turn it into the left hand side. Okay. So we're going to have x plus 3 squared. Remember, the plus 2 is still there. And our coefficient of 3 is still there. The last step we need to do is to distribute the 3 into each of these terms. So the 3 is going to go right in front of this into the 2. So we're going to have 3 x plus 3 squared plus 6 equals 0. And so our vertex, remember how our vertex earlier we said that it would be h and k. So again, the negation of 3 would be negative 3 and 6. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any other topic, any questions that you would like me to make a video about, just let me know in the comment section below. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.